I'm Ed Musio. As my best-selling book, Iterate, gained popularity, managers and leaders started asking me for tips, actions they could take to help make their management teams better. So I created this series to help you and your team iterate and improve, one small step at a time. This episode is Hold No Miss Staff Meetings. If your employees dread your staff meetings, if you dread your staff meetings, or if whenever someone has a problem involving other managers, the first step is for them to figure out who to meet with, then your staff meeting is broken. Don't feel bad. A lot of staff meetings are broken. The good news is they can be fixed. Here's one small step to help you fix yours. When I say hold no miss staff meetings, I mean it two ways. First, hold staff meetings that don't get missed because they happen, even when you or your team members are unavailable. Second, hold staff meetings that nobody will want to miss because they're such useful venues for raising issues and solving problems. Let's deal with both of those in the particulars. First, the easy one. Use delegates to preserve your meeting rhythm. If staff is Tuesday at 10, it's every Tuesday at 10. If you can't be there, designate a member of your team to act and decide on your behalf. If any of your employees can't make it, set the expectation that they'll do the same, appointing someone they manage. Next, let's talk about making the meetings useful. Run meetings heavy on decisions and actions. Have people make short presentations about upcoming issues or help needed from each other in the future, and then make decisions about that. Charter subteams, trade resources, adjust priorities. Make your staff meeting a place where work happens, not where it goes to die from long-winded stories or PowerPoint slides. Finally, track follow-up. Action-oriented meetings only work if the actions happen. Once the group decides something together, write it down and make sure there's a process to hold people accountable. This can be a little cumbersome at first, but the good news is the more you do it, the less you'll have to. As you make your staff meetings more and more unmissable, watch out for these pitfalls. First, be careful about disempowered subordinates. If someone is covering for you, that person should pretty much have full authority. If they make a mistake, take it as a learning. If they do something you wouldn't have done, take it as diversity of perspective. You can put some boundaries in, sure, and you can prepare them, but don't tie their hands. The same goes for those covering for your employees. Second, stay away from debating and voting as you make group decisions. Keep everyone focused on bringing the best data to help you make the best decision, and then make it. Check out the One Small Step video called Get Over Getting Consensus to learn more about that. Third, diligently avoid making decisions outside the group. If an employee comes to you seeking some of a peer's resources, for example, help the person bring the issue to your staff, but don't make the decision until it gets there. If the team is involved in the consequences, make sure they're involved in the decision by way of the staff meeting. So, did it work? You'll know it did when people start bringing more complex issues to staff instead of sitting around and wondering who they should meet with as a first step. You'll know it worked when your staff meeting starts doing nuanced things like chartering a task force, which just means picking a small handful of people to go work an issue and come back with a recommendation. And you'll know it worked when you and your team start looking forward to staff meetings because of how much you get done instead of dreading the endless parade of presentations. No-miss staff meetings are a part of consistent meeting rhythm, a component of work preview meetings, which is one of the 5 key practices of iterative management. Make your staff meetings no-miss, that is, never canceled and too useful to miss, and you'll replace boredom and dread with decision-making and results. And that's one sure way to help your organization iterate.